And I think we are live. So good evening.
Good evening. Hello.
Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. So everybody, hello.
Oh, sorry. I was just sharing it on my Facebook and it just went really loud then.
That's all right. Oh, you know what? I'll share that on my Facebook as well.
Yeah. Spread the love. It's amazing how
Exactly.
it's amazing how Godox are doing these videos. Like they're so good. Amazing.
Good evening, everybody. So let me just quickly introduce about Ashley. I think, like lots of people already know her. So I'll just keep my introduction nice and short. So she's a wedding photographer based in Melbourne. She's the brand, or should I call the brand girl for Panasonic? And also she's been using, if you guys been watching our YouTube channel, you'll find her lots of her wedding tutorials, wedding lighting tutorials, which is quite awesome, right? With some location shots as well as the full wedding shots to cover different kind of wedding lighting recipe. Today we prepare something else. And why is that?
Well, weddings, I haven't been shooting weddings for so long. So now I'm sort of playing around with the portrait photography, which has been so much fun. And I've been using the AD300PRO and I love it. It's awesome. I'm addicted to doing portraits now. But yeah, got some fun things to show you guys.
Oh, that's great. So I guess that's the idea, right? You never stop shooting. You never stop being creative, right? If like I've been stopped shooting weddings, but I was shooting something else, so which is quite cool. Should we jump into it? Do you want to
go for it? Yeah.
All right. Do you want to share your screen, or guys? We prepare lots of interesting stuff for you. In order to do this, actually spend days to prep for the behind the scenes sort of live. Almost like a demo, so you guys know where the light is, where the background is, what sort of environment, right? There's no excuse not to shooting, even you are staying home, right?
I know. It's yeah, if I didn't shoot, I would just feel so bored with life. So it's great to have these opportunities to photograph portraits, and I've had some good practice over the last 3 months.
Cool.
And it's so good. Should we share my screen of some of the shots that I've been taking over the last few months? Alrighty. Let's go.
All right, let me, okay, add to stream. Here we go.
Perfect. Great. All right, so just going to double click on that. Awesome. So this is the shoot that I'm going to talk about today. I filmed this shoot over the last 2 days. So I did some yesterday and then quickly got my little girl model back today to do a little bit more. So yeah, this is a whole session that I did yesterday in probably 30 minutes, but we got some beautiful shots of mum and her children. And then here's a beautiful shot of my niece. Isn't she so gorgeous?
Oh my God.
Yeah, this was shot with that AD300PRO, and I had my other daughter there as my assistant holding a little reflector. So the lighting is coming from above and then got the reflector down the bottom of there bouncing back onto her. But how good is her? Like how much of an amazing model she is. Seriously, she's so good. Another mum and bub shot. This is one of my first sort of paid portrait shoots doing this style. Like I've been shooting newborn and family portrait work for a good 8 years now, but I've never used strobes. I've always just used natural light or continuous softbox light. So this is one of my first paid shoots, and I was like, I loved every moment of her, and she's just gorgeous as well.
Actually, would you mind just double click the images so we have a larger view?
I did, but that's why I'm going to share the screen. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. That's all right.
1 second.
Hang on a sec, guys.
I forget that every time you click onto one, is that better?
Yeah, way better.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It's my little cheeky daughter.
She's
Chocolate
gorgeous.
from
I love her
the
smile.
this was like when I first got the AD300PRO. This was like my first quick shot. This is actually a self-portrait of me and my daughter. And then, oh, sorry. There we go. So these are just a couple of the shots I've been taking over the last few months.
Love that one.
This is a mum with 5 kids, like 5 boys. How amazing. And they were all so good as well. Like 5, when she said she was coming in, I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. But they were so amazing. They were perfect. And then we decided to do a couple of portraits of her as well by herself. For those that know me well, this is my sister Nikki and her 2 kids. And that's my son. So there are a couple of the shots that I've been doing over the past few months, and I've just been loving playing around with the AD300PRO. It's really good. I'm going to click out of it now. Perfect. All right. I'll stop sharing that.
No worries. Apparently, this Olivia, you are her favorite photographer.
That's cute. Oh, that's funny.
Oh,
Thanks,
man.
Olivia. Olivia's cute. She's my biggest fan. She's my bestie.
Yeah.
Cool. So should we jump into like a video first and show some of the videos?
Sure. Go ahead.
So yeah, what I've done is I've sort of split the videos up into like sequences of different sort of from start to finish, rather than playing like a full, say 15-20 minute video. I've broken them up into like 3-minute clips. So I'll show you the first one, which is me doing a photograph of mum on her own, which I think is really important for us photographers. If you've got your mum in the studio, she's dressed up, she's got her makeup done. Sometimes we forget about mums and we just focus on mum with barbs or kids, but I think it's really important that we get a beautiful shot of mum looking gorgeous on her own. Gives her a little chance to just be herself and be cheeky and get a couple of beautiful shots of herself. So I'm going to jump back into sharing my screen. Just give me 1 second. Alrighty. Tell me when we're in.
Go.
Perfect. So this one goes for 3 minutes and 52 seconds. So enjoy. And if you've got any questions, let me know.
And you have lots of fans. Let's go over your comments.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Right, so we've got our models here, and we're going to start with just the mum, because mums are important. Get a photo of themselves, and so we've got capacity here. We're going to start with the Godox AD300PRO. I'm going to set her up, got the backdrop, beautiful dress, and it's quite tall, so we're going to adjust this up. We're going to put her face height.
That's your home studio, right, Ash?
Yeah, that's in my garage. So I converted my garage into my studio, which works perfect. It's a good space as well. It's quite large.
It makes a lot. It makes the world of the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's us just checking out the photos.
What we were saying there?
I was saying extend the body out taller, and then so I can see some separation between her body and her arms.
Okay.
Because the dress is quite like puffy, like we need her to be a little bit more exaggerated with her pose.
Yeah. To just to have a bit separation from the body, right?
Yeah. So just so she's not looking frumpy.
Yeah.
Like your hands in your face. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful.
So Pranav have a question, says, why should we buy 8300 if we already have 8200 Pro?
Sorry.
That's all right. Oh, this is cool.
Work it, baby. Show me what you got, Bubba. Hold it. Now come closer towards me. And then that way thank you. Thank you. Oh. Okay. So I'm just going to pause that now because that's video's done. So regarding the music situation, whenever I
want
feel
your
like,
music, send that music to me later.
You know what?
It works like a charm.
I said to my model, I said, listen, like, let's put some music up to spice things up and get you more comfortable. Pick a song, any song. And she was like, Spice Girls. So I was like, yeah, let's go for it. I love the Spice Girls.
Oh, man, that works great.
Yeah, so she looked like she had a lot of fun there doing those photos. But yeah, so I mainly use one light in this situation, which was the AD300 Pro. But then you may have seen in a few of the shots, I did use the AD200 Pro just to sort of light up the backdrop a bit, give a little bit more backlight there. When I was going through the shots with my model, she's like, oh, I like the shots with just one light better. And I was like, yeah, me too. But it's just, different preference and what you like. And I mean, look, the final result, she looks really gorgeous, doesn't she?
Yeah. So that actually answered our user Virginia's question, right? Virginia's question.
What was her question?
Can you see that in the in the backend?
Yeah, see, just
from your side on the right. In your browser.
Oh, sorry, my right. I'll just on the right hand side on the browser, like I can't see
in the stream. Yeah, let me quickly.
Yeah, I can't see any questions.
Oh, really? So so we have we have a couple of questions here actually coming up. Says, would you mind to share some exposure stats precise?
Yeah, on the camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see it on there.
From Leslie. Yeah.
So, just give me a second. So I'm pretty certain I was shooting with my 24 to 70 at 2.8. I had the camera. I had the flash on high speed sync. So I think it was about 2,000, 1/2000, and then I can see on here. I'm just looking at the video. 1 second.
No worries.
Next time I should add it in, but it is on the video.
No, it's okay. Just answer it. Take your time. No, all good.
My ISO was 640. Yeah, so 2000, 2.8, and 640 ISO. Does that help?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Oh,
Let
sorry,
me.
I'm just trying to find. No, I don't see those comments on my browser.
Oh, you don't see those
Oh,
comments on
no,
the
no, no.
browser?
Okay, now I do. I just switched it over to live comments. Oh, awesome.
Okay. All right.
Perfect. Now
So
I can
maybe
see.
just go over those quick comments. Let's just quickly go over those comments, answer the
Perfect.
questions people might have. We have
Yeah.
lots of people asking and interested. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
There's the yeah. Can you see it? Can you see it
Yeah,
now?
somebody said they admire how simple my setup is. Let me tell you, my setup is so simple because prior to COVID, I'd never had anything like that in my studio. It was basically just empty with like a couple of newborn props that I would do, a newborn shoot every now and then. So when when we first started losing our weddings, I obviously wanted to keep innovating and shooting and growing. And when I got the 8300 Pro, I was like, oh, I want to really do some really cool fine art portraits. And then I was, Googling backdrops and I was like, oh, they're really expensive and like I don't have any work at the moment. So, I went to our local material shop and just bought a heap of different colors and backdrops. And literally, those backdrops probably cost me, $50 or $80. And it's just literally material hanging there, which, I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best option, but it's good if you're, on a budget and you don't want to spend too much money and you want to do, play around. But yeah, my lighting, my setup is so simple. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Simple works great, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you shoot the family with multiple kids, they just don't have time to wait for you to spend half an hour playing with 10 lights.
Yeah, yeah, and the
Especially
lighting
with
setup.
small family, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it works. Hi, Nikki. I saw a message
Hello,
from Nikki.
Nikki.
Hello, Nikki.
Yeah, we are not giving your LC 500 back, by the way.
Yeah, I've got it here. It's mine.
Yeah.
I told, yeah.
The force.
Yeah, I love it. I love the colors. It's cool.
Yeah.
I've
So our
also got
user
a.
did. Yeah.
Go. Sorry, I
Go.
interrupted there.
No. Sorry, I shouldn't interrupt you. I was there is a user. He's asking a question. I think Pranav. He or she is asking a question that
Yeah.
why should we go for 8300 if he already has 8200 Pro? Is there something with a recycling time, especially with this kind of
Yeah.
studio shoots? Yeah.
It's definitely, the recycling time is much better. I prefer the 8300 Pro better than the 8200 Pro. I do love the 8200 Pro, but the 8300 Pro is just so easy to use. Like all the to change all the settings and stuff, it's just a lot easier, and it's a really good flash system. And if you're looking at upgrading, even just because I like having the both of them, as you can see in the video, there's the 8200 Pro still there. Can you put the 82? I'm sure you can, but I haven't done it yet. This is all new to me. Can you put the 8200 Pro with the softbox umbrella as well? Like, is that an option?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you with if you have S2 type brackets, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can mount, you can put the Godox 8200 Pro in the S2 brackets and mount with any Bowen mount modifiers.
Yeah,
right? Not
that's
with
right.
80, not with your 8065. You're using 8065, right? Not with that
No.
because it's Godox mount, but with pretty much with all the Bowen mounts. The only problem with 8200 Pro is the recycling time is slower than 8300 Pro, right?
Yeah. Yes. And I mean, previously to this, I was just using 8200 Pro at weddings for like, a quick back flash shot. So my knowledge, in terms of that is just that. So I'm still sort of learning, but I do find the 8300 recycling time is much better. And I love this may seem so crazy, but I love all the buttons at the back, like the little wheel, the dialing wheel. It's just so simple. It's so simple things that you just love. Like it's really easy. Just quickly go back and just change what you need to do. Not that the 8200 Pro is, overly complicated. It's just those little touches that make a difference.
Yeah. Hello, Michael.
Hi.
So I was, even I've been considering to be a technical person, right? When people asking me about recycling time, I wasn't able to answer them because with different power they have different recycling time. It's between 0.01 second to 1.5 seconds with 8300 Pro, but it really depends on what sort of power you are using as output, right?
Yeah.
So the way I answer the question is with 8200 Pro, it's more like a pistol. Pew, pew. With 8300 Pro, it's more like pew 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 pew.
That's funny.
So yeah.
Like I
And
said, I'm not the most technical person, but I just like gear that works for me and does the right thing when it needs to. And both those flashes have always been, great and worked with no worries for me. So that's where my knowledge goes. As long as it works, that's the main thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you want to show us how you guess here's something exciting coming. Do you want to show us how you do your
Like edit?
post for edit? Yeah.
Yeah. 1 second. Let me get my stuff ready. Yep, I've got one ready to go. I'm just going to start sharing my screen. So just stop screen. Yep. I'm going to go Photoshop. Oops.
No worries. Take your time.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to get the right. Because what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to open in Camera Raw and then to Photoshop. But I think this particular image, I don't really need to do any backdrop adjustments, but we'll see. Let's open it and we'll see how we go. So this is the raw shot.
And sec, wait, add to string. How should I remove myself? No, I should remove.
I can't hear you now, Aries. You've disappeared off the face of the earth. Hello, Aries. I'll just jump straight into doing the editing. This particular image, like if I zoom in, it looks pretty good. The backdrop is looking really good. Normally, sometimes you get a little bit of crinkles in the background, but this particular image, if we just open up the shadows there, it's pretty good in the background. So this is probably not the best image to choose to do any editing, but let's just play around. What I would probably do is increase the blacks a little bit, get rid of a bit of highlight. I like opening up my shadows heaps. Are you back there, Aries? Have I got you back?
Yeah, I'm back there. Yeah, I'm just going to temporarily remove myself.
Oh,
it's okay.
yeah.
I'll stay there. Yeah, I was trying to remove myself so people can focus on you. That's all.
No worries. So, I mean, I don't know if you heard what I was saying, but the raw photo is pretty good. I didn't need to do much to the background. The only thing I'd probably do in this situation is clean up these bits, and I'm using the clone tool for this. This is just me doing a bit of a.
I can't see your
sharing because I haven't said. Sorry, my bad.
That's all right.
Because I just took it out of Adobe Camera Raw back into Photoshop. So let's go into Photoshop, open, perfect.
All right, add to string, perfect.
So
all right, guys, Photoshop is coming.
I didn't, like I said to everyone before, I don't need to do much to this image because, I mean, the background looks really good, the lighting's pretty good. All I would do to make this image a little bit better is probably get rid of these little wispy bits. Would you do that, Aries? If this was your shoot, would you get rid of things like that?
Yeah, I was pretty much thinking the same thing.
Clean up all that, his hair, because obviously the light, being blonde as well, the light catches it. And you just sort of, I mean, this is rush, but you've got to make sure that your hair doesn't look weird either.
It's more like a girl's thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just because it's just that those little split, we call them split ends, that just sort of stick up. And especially being a blonde too, as soon as you take the photograph with the flash, those little wispy bits get illuminated there.
Yeah.
But that's basically all. There's some other images that I've got to show you guys that need more editing. That will be more better for me to to edit. But that's where we are with that one. And I guess we can go on to the next video if you like.
Sure, go ahead.
We've got some fun videos.
Meanwhile, let's try to address some question. Pranav was asking the question: how accurate are AD300 Pro colors with AD200 Pro?
Pretty good. Sometimes, and you may be able to help me with this, Aries, because this is a question that I'd love to be answered as well. But sometimes when I take the shot, like I'll take 2 shots or 3 shots, and one shot will be, pretty much what you're seeing on Photoshop, but then the next shot might be warmer. Do you know why that happens?
Okay, so basically, if you're doing studio shots, I would advise people to use color mode. With color mode, the color white balance variation, correct me if I'm wrong, it's plus minus 100K, something like that. So if I have the problem like that, it's probably because I didn't turn on the color mode. Yeah, so just turn on the color mode.
Okay.
I think, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I think let me quickly Google it.
It never bothered me. It doesn't bother me. It's just just weird because I'm just like, where is that warm color? Like the first photo was correctly exposed color, and then the next one is warm, and I'm like, that's strange. But like sometimes I really like the warm one, so it gives me a bit of variety. But I just don't know why it's happening. But most of the time, the colors are very accurate. As you see.
So they have a color temperature mode. Just turn that on to if you're shooting multiple strobes. Yeah, that's the thing.
Perfect.
Yep.
Any more questions there? Someone said I had to fix the hair a few times. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Michael's question is: does color mode slow down shooting like 8600 Pro? Not that I am aware of. I use color mode in my last photo shoot when I was indoor. That's the recycling time still the same.
Thank you for answering that because I would not have an idea. Okie dokie. All right. We'll go to the next video.
Sure, go ahead.
Awesome.
So I will remove this one from the. Yep.
Okay. Open. Bear with me, guys. It's all about opening screens and getting it all good for you guys.
By the way, did you lose some weight? Because your jawline looks great. Yeah.
I was going to say I've put on weight from ISO. Should I say ISO? ISO. The other day, okay, I don't know if anyone follows me here on Instagram, but I've had box of chocolates sent to my house every day from my mum and my sister. It was a belated birthday present, and I'm talking hundreds of chocolates, hundreds, and every day I can't help myself. I've been getting pimples. It's really bad. But so no, to the answer to your question is I have not lost weight. If anything, I've put on weight. All right, we're in. The next setup is, mum and daughter and some family shots. So these are just this is my couch that I had in the studio. The backdrop, again, 2 pieces of material. I can't get material that is, that wide from my material shop. So what I've done is just gotten 2 pieces. I think they're 1.5 meters each, and then stuck them together. And then the idea is to Photoshop the line out later on. It's really simple and easy. Later on, when I get myself some better backdrops, hopefully I won't have that line in there, but this works for now. More cuddle into mummy. your head. Yeah. Gorgeous. Cute. Look at the little daughter looking at mum.
Yeah.
So cute.
So what did you say? I'm curious. Like, what did you
I just
say
said,
to make her?
look at. I just said, look at mummy, but she's like the most perfect model. Like she's just so good. Like she's so there. You could see like how it was warm for a second there, and then it's gone cool. What I was talking about, but
Yeah. Or did you turn? It might be. Did you fix your white balance? Because even it's on normal modes, the color temperature wouldn't vary that much. Did you fix that on flash mode?
no,
Okay,
I
that
just.
might be the thing.
This is the shot. What that shot? No, like this is the shot that's maybe gets not that particular one, but this. Oh, yeah. Don't worry, we don't need to.
The kids were saying, "I'm hungry. I want to go home. I'm for."
Keep on feeding them chocolate.
I know.
Like
I
the
had
chocolate you had.
chocolate. I gave them that. I said, if you do it, I'll give you all this chocolate.
Oh my
Take it
gosh.
from my house.
You are so charming.
Oliver, sit up a little bit more straighter for me if you can. Like sit back towards there. Yeah, now lean. So that your legs aren't. Yeah. Now lean. Yeah. Yep. Gorgeous. Look at mum, kids. But mum, just look at me.
My love. Gorgeous. Perfect. All right, give mum a break. It'll be just. These are my final edits.
And looks great. So back to the discussion. Maybe usually the camera, even it's not in the color temperature mode, the color white balance wouldn't shift that much because it is Godox Forte that to control the color temperature. It might be we need to fix the color temperature on the camera to be flash or on 5700K or something like those. But yeah, that's a just side topic, really.
Yeah, no, for sure. I knew that it was something that I was doing, not a flash error.
No, it's not an error.
So what have we got? Have we got any questions? Somebody said, do I always shoot in high speed sync? May I know why? I like shooting like 1.4, 2.8. So that's generally why I shoot with high speed sync, so I can have my shutter speed up really high to compensate for that exposure, 1.4 and 2.8. Do you always shoot in high speed sync, Aries? Like, what's your thing?
No.
No.
I'm a Asian. I try to I try to save all my powers and battery. I guess it's the habit I developed from how to flash age, right? You have 4 AA batteries and with your, I don't know, EX600 with those traditional hot shoe flash, it only lasts for like 200 shots, and then you have to change the battery. So I try to avoid high-speed sync whenever I can, right? So with studio shots, I never really use high-speed sync because the flash duration time is quite short. With outdoors, I used to bring all those ND filters with me to save the power, to cut down the power. But ever since last year, I started to do lots of high-speed sync because I find that high-speed sync actually works like a charm. So I don't have, a main reason is I swap, from those big backpack to the small backpack, like the mirrorless backpack, so which I don't have that much space with all those accessories. So I just to use high-speed sync, which it works perfect.
So
It
what would your
will drain your battery a bit, to be honest. It will drain your battery, but still better than bring all those ND filters and screw them on with me. Yeah.
So what settings would you shoot though? Like if you're shooting like an outdoor like shot, do you always shoot like f5 or f?
I choose, like the AD300 shots. I did in the last video, which, by the way, we're going to talk. By the way, guys, this week Ashley's going to share her studio shots. Next week we're going to talk about my location shots with AD300 as well. So in that shots, I just go for 1.4 all the time, the time. Whenever I can to have the bokeh, and because it is so dreamy. With 1.4, the skin is actually, the focus is always on the eyes, and her face is actually kind of blurred out of focus. So it's less skin retouching to do.
Of course. That's why I love it. But like, I'm just asking the questions because I'm very, I guess, somewhat new to flashes. So would you have your shutter at like 1/250 or something, and then 1.4, and then like your ISO would be what, 100 or something?
I always when I go outdoor, I just go ISO 50 because it's the lowest ISO you could go, and go for 1.4 and have whatever shutter you need. Then you decide what the natural lights should look like. Then you're adding lights, and that's it.
Yeah, awesome. I just learned something new. You learn something new every day. That's awesome. Should we do another a Photoshop retouching thing? Because this one I know is going to be good for backdrop, because as you can see in this and versus the actual photograph, there's a little bit of lines and stuff that needs to come out. So should I share or not?
Go for it.
Go for it. All right, let's go. I'm going to find that image. 1 second. Here you go. All right. Oh, no, that's... I'm just going to pull the JPEG into Photoshop because I can't find the RAW right now. I've got the JPEG. Someone just said, hello from Italy.
So his question is how to choose your light.
How do I choose my light? Like what light I'm going to use, or like...
That was a very relevantly short question. I think that's Michelle. How to pronounce that? Michelle?
How do I choose my light? Macaulay?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do I choose my light? It depends on like the situation. Like if I'm shooting a wedding, for example, like how do I choose my light? I'll probably sort of work out what the environment's like. If I've got the natural light there, I'll just try and, use natural light. But if I want to create some mood and drama in the image, I'll sort of get my flash out. But mainly I'm just like choosing the light around the environment really, and the people. But with portraits, I've just started using the AD300PRO for portraits, so that's how I've chosen that light. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. All right, now this this is just a JPEG I've just put into Photoshop. So things like, you know, is it sharing?
I think which one? That one,
Did I
right?
just?
Photoshop, right? It's
Yeah,
shared.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
shared.
yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I just got my Band-Aid tool, and I'm just literally getting rid of all the, you know, the lines that I can. Now, I wanted to extend the backdrop, so I'm going to get my clone tool. And you know what? Some people may do this an easier way. I think I do this the hardest way. Aries, do you have any suggestions how to do this easier? Because I feel like
What
I
is
do
that?
this to like making the backdrop like extended out so I can get rid of the chair and the light.
I will just select that area and
Yeah, I knew there was someone that that just there's an easier way. But yeah, so I sort of just clone. I mean, this is really rough, guys. So if I was doing this for my client, I would really take my time a lot more.
your way works like a charm.
Yeah. You know how you just have your ways and you just stick to it and you don't want to learn other ways, but you know there's an easier way, but you always take the hard road. That's what I do.
This is actually what I've been doing for the last couple of years until I recently updated my Photoshop. So they actually improved their context-aware fill, which works like a charm. Check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I need to check it out because I
Yeah.
know I'm doing this the hard way. But yeah, that's on my list of things. But yeah, so you guys get the drift. I'm just sort of playing around. I haven't put this photo through RAW. This is just the JPEG. So normally I would just play around with, you know, the colors and the blacks, bring in some more contrast. But I'm just literally showing you how I can, oh, we've got a little foot there, how you can clean up your backdrop to make it more smoother. And sometimes I like to make it a little bit darker. Again, this is probably not everyone's way, but it's the way I do things. Aries, you can comment.
I like it dark and moody. It's your way. It's your personality, right? If people know you, yeah.
You know, clean up the backdrop there. And there's like little things you can do. So yeah, it's really easy once you get the hang of it. And that's probably why I take the hard road, because it's easy for me, but I'm sure there's a better way. So what did you say?
You are so efficient.
I am really quick at Photoshop. I am. I will give you that. I am really quick. Obviously, there's a lot more things I would do to this, like, you know, change the color and play around with it a lot more. But you guys get the drift there.
Yeah.
How did
so?
Yeah.
Which are you reading? The softbox one?
Yeah. How did I decide what?
Okay. Let me just show the question so everybody can see the question. Yeah.
Well, I got the smaller one because I thought it would be easier for me to shoot weddings with the smaller one to get around with. But I feel like for portraits, you probably need a bigger one. So you know, there's things about, you know, my shots that I wish like I had a bigger one so I could light up the feet and the body a little bit more. But I particularly chose the smaller one just for weddings so that I can easily cart it around. That's it. But it depends what you're shooting, really.
So your advice will be for portrait shots, the bigger might be better, right?
Yeah, the bigger the better, as they say.
Yeah. Michael is listening. I'm just saying, Michael, you listen. You heard us, right? We need the umbrella.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I will. Like every time I message Aries and I'm like, how do I get this better? And he's like, you need a bigger one. I'm like, I need to get one.
The light is the general idea is more lights you have, the more flexibility when you set up the lights. The bigger the bigger the softbox is, usually the softer the light is, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all part of learning, and like I said before, like I'm just learning all this, and definitely a bigger softbox will be on the agenda soon. So I can get even better.
But this image looks beautiful, to be honest.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a beauty dish to me. Don't you think
well,
so?
Yeah, it's not, but I want to play around with the beauty dish too, because I do have that. But yeah, I need to spend some time playing around with that as well.
No worries.
Awesome.
So should we go next one?
Yeah, let's go.
Right.
POs.
Let me just play around with different setup. Is this setup better? Or this? Oh, sorry, that was silly.
So I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to show you this one. I shot this today with my niece. I asked her to come in. I said, I really want to try show you guys different lighting angles. So, it's important to know what sort of feel you want from an image by how you're going to light it. So, and you'll see in the video that I find the lighting style that I love best for this particular model. Let me go in there. Stop sharing, share screen.
Yeah. Do you want to quickly answer Michael's question?
Oh yeah, what did Michael say? Yes, I do have a grid, and you know what? I did put the grid on for this shoot, but it was a little hard because I had 3 people, so I wanted a little bit more light overall the image. But I do love grids because it gives you the direction that you need. But I use grids a lot in my wedding photography work with the AD300PRO that I've been using for a good 6 to 9 months now. Especially with my night shots, I love putting the grid on because it controls the direction of the light, and the light it minimizes that spread all over the ground. That every time I do a night shot, I always put it back into post, and I'm like, there's too much light going on the bottom. So the grid is really good to control that direction. But I do have a grid and I like it, but I just didn't use it for this particular one. All right, let's get this one up.
Okay.
Open with, sorry, I'm just getting it now. I'm just opening.
Take your time.
My computer's
No worries.
really slow today.
No, it's because you are doing the demo as well. It's kind of draining your video cards. That's all.
I can imagine. All right, yeah. I'm sharing.
All right, add to the stream now. Yep.
This one goes for 5 minutes, so hang tight, guys. And sorry if you get a little bit bored, but it is good.
No worries.
Oh.
We're going to start with more of a fronty light, sort of to the side, but still front.
I left the lens cap on. Who still does that? I do it all the time. I leave the lens cap on.
Now I'm going to go and move it just a little bit to the side here. I want you to do the same pose. Use the same kind of settings.
Oh, beautiful.
Into the light now for me. Just again one more time for me. So
she's cute.
All right, now we're going to move the light a little bit. Same pose for me.
I love how light, like you change the angle and it just completely changes how the image looks. I love that. I love light.
The more, oh,
Now we've got even
the
more
mood, right?
Yeah.
space, which is
I like the
really
fact you're actually leading the model as well as the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
perfect. Now we're going to put the light behind you.
I mean, I don't like this particular setup, but I'm doing it to show you guys what the light looks like from behind, but
Same
yeah, it's fine.
pose for me.
And you are so efficient. You know that?
I'm really quick. I'm like, boom, boom, boom.
I like that shot.
Yeah,
It's kind of moody. I quite like it.
Like I said, light is all about, like, there's no right or wrong, is there? It's all about what you love and how you want your image to look.
Don't that remind you the Twilight sort of look and
Twilight,
feel?
yeah.
Twilight, they were kissing in the ocean backlit with the moon
Yeah.
rising up.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that was one of my favorite things. Yeah.
You always come up with the best stories of an image, don't you, Aries?
It was just it's so nice and moody. It's kind of a bit on the cold side. So actually
Yeah.
quickly reminds me the movie scene. Yeah.
This is my favorite style of lighting for her particular, like I love it. It suits her so much.
Ooh, I like this one. Looking up a little bit towards the light. Yeah, beautiful. Wow. One more for me. Just looking a bit up. This lighting style really suits you. I'm going to give her a little reflector to hold. It's really tiny. We're just going to ask her to hold that like that. So hopefully when the light comes down, it'll
That little reflector came in the AD300PRO. I love it. It's so tiny, but it's cute.
do a little bit more closer portrait.
That's a smart way of using it. Oh, nice. So all of a sudden you have the clamshell light.
Yeah, something that I've just learned recently as well. So now I've added in an AD200PRO, just the back there.
Bit separation light, beautiful.
That's without.
Yep.
And that's with.
Mm.
Wow, you look so amazing.
So that's a little demonstration on different sort of lighting styles. What do you like best out of them? Which light do you like?
Personally, I quite enjoy the clamshell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Light, and
Yeah.
also like I prefer the one you use a bit separation light, so we have a kiss of lights.
Yeah.
Very subtle of 8200 on her arms and hair.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
it works like a charm. It's great.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends how you want your image to look, really, and how you want the mood to. But that's the best thing about lighting, is you can play around, and the best thing about using strobes is you can manipulate the light how you want. You don't have to you're not stuck with natural lighting. You sort of have to, you get what you get and you don't get upset. But like with strobes, you can actually get what you want, and that's what I love.
I think it's almost like the difference between Renaissance painting, people, all the painters, those great masters, Vermeer or Rembrandt, they were trying to paint the real world. But ever since Vincent van Gogh and Paul Gauguin, they're trying to express their feelings, right? Pablo Picasso. So it's almost like when you use Flash, you try to create what you pre-visualized, right?
That's
Not
right.
the real world, but your ideal world in a sense, right?
And it's so much fun. Like, do you know what's good about using Flash is that, like, you try your first shot and you're like, yeah, nah, I'm not really loving that. And then you might try something else and you're like, it's getting there. And then you finally get it and you're like, yes, that's the one. I'm so happy. But whereas like natural light, you just sort of got to get what you got, So, and like I said before, I started dabbling in these portrait shoots. I have my studio set up and I do newborn and family work very rarely, but I was only using natural light, and I felt like my images, like if you have a look at some of my old images versus now, I should have put some in there, but my family images were really flat and boring and just like plain, and I feel like now my family images, they just like, I feel really proud of them. Like I understand I've got a lot of work to go to get to better, but I feel really proud of like what I'm producing at the moment. So and being able to control that light's really important.
Shall we take a bit time to answer some of the questions?
Go
Maybe?
for it. Yeah, definitely. Which light is good for both indoor and outdoor? Well, I mean, like outdoor light, like obviously for me being a wedding photographer, my preference is, especially when you're under time constraints and you've got, your bride and your groom and they want to get back to their wedding reception, I generally use natural light because you can do your walking shots and you can do your candid, natural, play around shots easily in natural light, unless it's like, a really bad day and the sun's really bright and you can't find, any shade. When I'm doing my wow shots, I call them my wow shots. When I'm doing my shots that I like to set up perfectly and like really think about it, placement of the bride and it's not candid at all, it's like really staged, I love using my my flashes, and that's mainly at night time that I use them. Sometimes when I'm shooting indoor, like a really extravagant location like Campbell Point House, if anyone knows that place, Labassa, many Melbourne people would know Labassa, it's very dark in there, so I'm going to bring in a flash, and then also then you've got constant light, like you've got the light, this thing you can use, and these are great little tools as well. Like if you're wanting to see where the light falls, constant light is really good because you can place it where you want and you can see what you want, and they're great little tools to have in your bag. But I would say the best light is whatever light you want to work with at the time.
All right, cool. Let's look at this question.
Umbrella black, silver reflective, umbrella large view. Which will be better in run and gun situations? Please suggest me. Large, just versus run and gun situations. So like I'm assuming like as a wedding photographer, that's run and gun, like we're on the go. I would say what I'm using right now in the video, that little setup is so easy. Like I don't even have to I could put that in the back of my car already on the stand and on the umbrella and literally get out of the car to do my shots and just have it all ready to go. And I don't have to set it up. That is the most perfect setup, I think. So I would say I would suggest that. What would you suggest, Aries?
He's saying umbrella or softbox, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say umbrella softbox, which is what you're using now. It's an
Yeah,
umbrella
yeah.
softbox.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually works like a charm. So yeah, it's
it's
not too
small.
big. You just put it in a car and that's it.
And you don't have to fold that down if you don't want to. You can just literally put on the back seat, which is great. If you've got your assistant, you can just get them to take it out. Even if you don't have an assistant, like I don't usually have assistants work with me often on weddings. So everything's just me and then possibly the videographer on the day that might lend me a hand. So that little light that you're seeing in my videos, I'm going to bring it on weddings and it's going to be fine for me to get around with.
Yeah. Cool.
Someone
Let's
said,
look at it.
yeah, how can make light soft more? A larger umbrella would make it more soft, would you say? Definitely. Yeah. And I'm totally aware of that. I know that mine is quite small. Like I said, I've got that for weddings, so I've just been playing around, and I think a larger one would definitely make more sense. I kind of like that style though. Like I like the shadows. I love shadows. Like I sort of embrace shadows in my photography work. So I'm not hating how the images are turning out, but like if I'm going to be a perfectionist, I would probably suggest a larger umbrella.
Yep.
Maybe you can answer this question because I
No. I'm just having problem with converting the inches into centimeters. 34 inches, it's like what, 1 meter? 42
think
inches is parabolic softbox. 42, what's 42
I
times
think
3? It's like 1.2.
I think 2 inches is like 1 centimeter. Is that right? No.
Yeah.
Sorry. 2 inches is like 4 centimeters. Is that right?
Oh gosh, we are so
You
bad
want me
with
to,
mathematics. Yeah.
you want me to Google? I'll Google
I
it
guess
now.
I don't know what exact the size is, but the bigger the better, right? Because especially when you shoot group, you probably depends on the group size. If you talk about group 2, then 1 meter or 1.8 meters, you
Yeah.
get away with it. But if you're shooting a group of 5, then you probably need to set up multiple lights, right? At least 2 lights. 1.8 meters umbrella with softbox, that'd be ideal. If you want even softer lights, like the Hollywood look or any of the Bowitz kind of look, you probably need 2 or 3 1.8 meters umbrella with diffuser. That's a general rule. So if one light source is not big enough, you probably need to combine multiple light sources, right?
And remember what you told me last night when we were speaking, because I actually asked Aries that. I'm like, I want to get because I love doing my Vanity Fair style shots at weddings, and I would love to start using my AD300 for this. And I'm like, I need a bigger umbrella for this, but then it's so much to carry around. And Aries suggested just doing it as a composite. So like, take the photo with the flash there, move it
Yeah,
along,
that's
and
another
then
way to go.
it's a
But yeah,
lot of.
it's better. It's better. Michael could send you 1.8 meters umbrella with diffuser though. Yeah.
Yeah, and can Michael also come out and be my assistant and hold it as well? Because
Yeah,
imagine me getting out the car with that. I'll fall over.
You're pushing the boundaries. You're pushing the boundaries. All right. Let's say what softbox is good for newborn.
Well, would you suggest? So, what's the next size up from what I'm using at the moment?
I guess 85.
Yeah.
85. 85. That's 85 centimeters, and they have 1.2.
Yeah.
With 1.2, they have, which is that silver one behind me. That's P1120L. That's which is parabolic softbox. But I would, for newborn, I would have advised Octabox, which is softer.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think 1.8 works like a charm. This is 1.8. Umbrella,
Yeah.
just put a diffuser there. Works like a charm. It works with 8200. So yeah.
And is that easy to open? Like, do you just take it off and treat it like
It's an umbrella. It's an
that's
umbrella.
good.
So yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Perfect.
use it to shoot photos. If it's raining day, you can use it to
You can
cover
use
your
it as an
family.
umbrella.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good one. That's really good.
So how does the depth of there are lots of questions. Why don't we just play a video, and after the video, let's come back and
Wow.
answer more questions,
Yeah.
shall we?
All right, let's go back.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a cool one now, and this is using the Godox. Is there a proper name for that? Because I looked it up and it says light stick. So if you have the proper term for that,
What is light stick?
the light stick that I've got in the back here, I looked it up on Godox website, and they call it the light stick. This thing.
Oh,
Is that what it's
LC
called?
500 RGB
Okay.
light
Yeah.
stick. Yeah.
So in the next one, I'm going to show you guys me using that, as well as using my AD300 Pro, as well as the AD200 Pro, but just using the constant light on there, which is awesome as well, because that's like you've got the best of both worlds. And I'm just getting it up now. Videos. I'm going to open. Sorry, it's saying fetching. Give me a second. Oh, here we go. All right. Share screen. All right, I'm sharing.
Yep, I'm adding.
We're going to turn the light off this one. We're using constant light. Okay. It's a bit broken, isn't it? Right, come forward. Yeah, hands in pocket. Yeah.
Look like a real boy.
Okay. No,
Look at that. Gorgeous. I love this light. It's my favorite.
it's fun. It's all right.
It looks like Ready Player One.
Yeah. It looks funky. Yeah. Good thing. Look towards the light that way. So profile photo all the way, all the way, all the way. Yeah.
So you don't like it?
Gorgeous. Perfect. Yeah. And you like, yeah, and then you like the
Oh, so cute.
started with the annoying sister.
His face is priceless.
What about if you
So
just
funny.
all with your rich face and Ollie lives?
Go for it.
Like really lean on there, Ollie. Like, yeah, what?
The mum comes in to help. How cool is that little light? Just the hint, like the hint of the
Yeah.
colors. It's just fun, you know. It's a fun light.
Yeah, I enjoy the fact that you're using analogous color palettes because the purple, which is very close to
Yeah.
blue, right? It works like a charm.
Yeah.
Really lean on there,
I think they're just really cute, fun shots, you know, and that's using the AD300PRO and 200PRO on the constant light. So, and then just using the LC500R. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that light. I can't wait to use that for weddings, just to like, you know, have something fun to have in your bag and just like play around with. I'm stealing it from my sister. It's actually Nikki's, but I'm stealing it from her.
Okay, so let's try to maybe address some questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What is the little? Is it an AKR?
AKR1.
R1, that little kit is so awesome. It's got every little thing in there that you need for your modifiers. Unless you're wanting to go for something like bigger, like a softbox, like what I'm using in there. That little kit has got a little a little soft filter. It's got your grid, it's got your barn doors, it's got your color temperatures as well. That I've been using that little kit for like 9 months now, and I love it. There's just so many awesome little attachments that you can use, but it all depends on what you're shooting too. What would you?
Cool.
Is that a good answer to that question?
Yeah, I think that's a great answer.
Yeah. What do you think about on-camera flash? What is the name? On-camera flash is not my favorite style of lighting, but necessary in certain situations, like if you're an event photographer or you're shooting like a wedding reception, or you're going out shooting a nightclub and you're doing some happy snaps. So that's the only time I really use. So I'm a wedding photographer. I only use on-camera flash when I am doing the reception, and that's mainly when I'm doing all my party shots, just because I don't need to think about it. I'm sort of just like bang, 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 and it works every time. I'm using the V1. Sometimes I will use my on-camera flash for a ceremony if I think it's too dark and I need to get a little bit more light in there. But I try to avoid using on-camera flash if I don't need to.
Yeah, guys, for the time constraints, we will only be able to select some of the question to answer them, and for the rest of them, maybe we can answer that next time. All right. So yeah.
Would you invest in 280-200 versus 80-300 and 400 for a bent? More flexibility using two, even though they are old model. Sorry for second question. So would I invest into like for event, like are you it need to be more specific. Like if it's me shooting a wedding, I have been using, I've got 280-200s. I rarely use two, but that's just my style. Sometimes I'll use two, like if I'm doing a group shot and I need more light on each side. But mainly my style is very minimal with flashes, and I like to use the 80-200 back flashing and stuff like that. But so is this person asking would they invest in 280-200s versus 180-300, or how do you
I think he's
interpret that
yeah. Would you
question?
invest into this? He says, if he has certain budget, right? Would you prefer to buy 180-300 or buy 280-200?
If it was me, I would buy
Yeah.
180-300 because
Yeah.
I only really use one light mainly when I'm shooting a wedding, and the
Yeah.
80-300 is just so good. I love it. So definitely,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool. So let's answer the one final question, and let's move on to the next video, shall we?
Yeah. Is there going to be a strip softbox to fit the? So I don't know. Maybe you can answer that question. Is there going to be a strip
So
softbox?
I think your to start with, your S80S65 come with grade, right? It can be used as a strip box in a sense. But if you really need a strip box, with Godox, there's it's a bowl mount, 35 to 160 centimeters strip box, like rectangle one, like that size. Then just get S2 type brackets. S2 type brackets will S2 type brackets will adapt AD300 Pro to a strap box. And that's it. Easy, works like a charm.
So just to ask, when he says strip softbox, does he mean like a long one?
Yeah,
like
it's
that?
like a long to have a
more body.
Remember
so
remember the Yip Man or Bruce Lee shot I did.
Yeah.
To do the hollow lighting, they need two strip box in the back to give a separation lights. So it's easier to cut it off, and with that. So sometimes some people call that strip box.
Yeah.
You can use that with anything, to be honest. You can even use the 8065 to cut it off. That's no problem.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
should we do
Definitely.
next video?
Yeah.
Or? Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, lots of questions tonight.
Must be everyone's. Oh well, I mean everyone's from different countries. So what time zone is everyone in at the moment? Because it's 10:13 here, and probably lots of people are tucked in bed, aren't they?
Is that this one? No.
No. I'm getting it now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sure. No worries. Take your time.
Okay, I'm going into share. So this is just a couple of portraits of the children on their own. So when I'm doing like a family shoot, I sort of do it in sequences of like, obviously family first, then I might do a shot of each child, and then I might do the children together. So I just try and shoot as much as I can to give the family as many options as I can, because ultimately you want them to buy as much as you can so that you can make money. So just shooting different variances as much as you can. You tend to gauge when enough is enough from your client too. Like you can see, I'm very I don't like to push my clients too much. Like I'll push them to know that I need to get what I need, but like I won't get to a point where they're like getting grumpy and I know that they're over it. Once I know I've got everything, I'll sort of move on. But I like to get as much as I can for me to get more sales, as anybody probably does. So here is the
Right, here we go. Let me add to the string. Yep.
All right, go Evie. We got the music back on because the little boy was getting nervous.
He's embarrassed. It's so funny.
He's embarrassed for his sister, yeah.
It's so funny. He's trying to be the calm and mature and the responsible one, right?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
He's embarrassed.
Oh man, I love that guy.
And your arm up to yeah, perfect.
Oh,
Ollie, you can move your body a bit closer.
Evie's usually so good.
Oh, I think that no. You just got a big.
what were they saying?
Okay, look at me. I said, Evie, you're normally so good at modeling, and she's like, are you saying I'm not good today? One more. Yeah, happy now.
Ah,
Did you hear what she said?
no. What did he say?
He goes, don't do that face. You look like you're constipated. So wrong. That is so wrong.
Oh my god, the kids are so
This
much
is so
fun.
funny. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And like, they just crack me up.
More your body closer.
So cute. Cuties is like my final edit.
Yeah. That's so
So
good.
you've got like, a mix of like more posy portraits versus some cute fun ones,
Yeah.
I know like I love doing the really pose stuff as well, like the really, I call them my boss shots, like, the impacting shots, but, the parents really love those fun, laughing and playing around shots as well. So it's important to get a bit of mix, don't you think?
Yeah, I think let's just do a bit both, right?
Yeah.
The secret is of your diet is to eat a bit everything. You need chocolate to stay happy, but you need to stay healthy to eat other healthy green, like I don't know,
Exactly.
baby spinach, right?
Yeah.
The same thing with you when you serve a full dish of meal to your clients, right? That's what I'm saying. A bit everything
Yeah,
would work. Like,
and I do the same, like with my wedding work as well. Like I don't just stick to one particular style. Like I mix it up. Like I do a bit of everything, so that when you're giving your clients your photos back, they've got nothing to say. They can't say, oh, we love the pose one, but we're just missing a little bit of fun and atmosphere. So, or vice versa. So it's important to mix it up, get what you can, and
more
play around.
spreads in the oven.
Yeah, and also the music thing in the background. The little boy, he was really like shy. He kept saying to me, "Oh, I'm a bit like insecure. I don't like my teeth. I don't like smiling." So like, if you feel like your client is, feeling uneasy or, a little bit shy, it's best to try and like get them out of their shell. So like music really helps, like especially if you're asking your client, what is your favorite song? Like what's the ultimate song that you always sing and dance to in the car or when you're drunk, or, that one song that gets you going. If you play that song instantly, like it's just like, yeah, like let's get into it. I'm really happy. So me and my sister Nikki had this idea like a while back, like we should start bringing like a boombox to weddings and play it on locations and like play the music really loud and like get it going, because like music really helps to get people to relax a bit.
To relax a bit, yeah.
Same as alcohol, but you can't give kids alcohol, so
yeah. I will just quickly address the question because we've been answering them already in a sense. With S65 or it's AD65 softbox, it comes with a grade, so you can use it as a stripe box. It comes so AD65 can be used as a softbox with a grade, beauty dish with a grade, all sorts. So have a look at the specification, Paul. I think that will solve your problem. If you do need to adapt to one of your Bowen stripe box, then you can buy S2 type brackets. S2 type brackets basically help AD300PRO to adapt to any Bowen mount softbox. Hope that helps. All right. So should we do next or?
I saw a comment made from Benjamin Beres. He basically said, do you need the power? If not, go for two AD200 so you have a replacement if you have any issues. That's a really good comment to make, like especially if you're a wedding photographer and you rely a lot on your flashes. Like I had many years ago, I had and this is when I was using like just my like it was the Canon 600. I don't want to say the 600 EX one. Yeah,
we all been there.
Yeah, and I was using that as my off-camera flash to do my night sort of back flash one. This is many years ago. Much love my V1 now, but and I had it on the stand, and someone knocked it over, and it was my only flash because I wasn't into flash that much. I just used it as my reception, at the receptions, and I was starting to dabble into like off-camera flash lighting, and it dropped and it went pop, like, so the globe inside had broke, and lucky it was like literally the last shot of the night. Like I was doing this shot and then I was leaving. I got the shot, but I just think to myself, imagine if I had to go back into the reception and I didn't have a flash like at all to use. It was a very dark venue. Like, so that is a very good comment to make about having two AD200 so you have the replacement, especially if you're a wedding photographer. I really liked that comment, so I had to bring it up.
So Ben, may I add something here?
Go for it.
So I had the same issue. So basically what I do is I adding S-type brackets or S2 type brackets because it's round. It's very, strongly built, right? Because if it falls sideways, it will actually protect the light. So I think that's something you can bring along with you when you mount your AD200PRO. Even you don't mount any large modifier, it's well protect the lights from the side falling. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
some advice experience
I
I
have to be honest with you, Aries. My my AD300 Pro, I need to get myself some new light stands because they are so bad. And I have actually dropped that that flash because of the light stand maybe 3 times, and it's fine. So that you're right about that bracket. It does protect it a lot, and then especially even if it's got a softbox too, it sort of lands on it, gives a bit of protection. But yeah. I'm all for having backups and replacements when you're a wedding photographer, even backup cameras. Like, you have to always make sure that you, especially if you rely on those sort of things.
Like how you have 2 SD card slots, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we've got one more video left.
Okay, sure, go for it.
Yeah. I hope everyone's enjoying the videos.
I am.
That's good.
Yeah. Guys, if you have any question, leave us comments below, and we will try to answer those questions after this video. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. First shop ad lighting.
How much is that? Like 2,000 Aussie. AU. More beautiful. Who's boss?
Just turning my heater off. Sorry.
Oh,
Just need to make sure.
to be honest, I think the color straight out of the camera looks really
Really
good.
nice, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. What a camera, you know.
What camera am I using?
Yeah.
Panasonic S1. I've been using it for like a year and a half now, and yeah, I'm loving the system. I changed from Panasonic to Canon, and
You changed
yeah.
what?
I changed from Canon to Panasonic. Yes, so I changed from Canon to Panasonic, and I love the colors of the Panasonic. Like, literally, that's all raw what you're seeing there. And I mean, I do put some edited ones in this, which I'll show you guys later. Some of the edited final.
With your mouth, the way you do, yeah, that. Gorgeous.
What lens are you using?
50 mil.
1.4.
1.4, yeah. Or I could be using the 24 to. No, I'm using the 50 mil here, definitely. I love my 50 mil lens. It's like it stays on my camera all the time.
So would you advise people, like, so obviously you have both lenses, right? The 24 to 70 or 24 to 1? Yeah. And you have 50.
Yeah.
Under which circumstance would you use 50? Under which circumstance would you use 24 to 70?
So because I had my camera connected to the tethering cord there, I was restricted with how far I could go. So a lot of the times there, I was using the 24 to 70 because I could zoom in and zoom out easier. But I prefer the 50 mil for portraits. I love shooting at 1.4. I just love my 50 mil. I love it's just the best. And but if I'm shooting like a wedding, and I've got my 2 bodies, my favorite lenses, like this, I could shoot a whole wedding with my 50 mil and my 16 to 35 mil because I feel like my 50 mil is all my, light and airy, fun, candid sort of. easy shots. And then you got your 16 to 35 mil for your wow impacting shots, you know, your landscapes, and even the 16 to 35 I use for reception shots, so I can get like a lot of the atmosphere in there and just get like a lot of, I feel like if you're too tight on the dance floor, you lose a lot of like what's happening in the surrounding. And I feel like, and I've said this before in another Godox video that we did, but like lens choice is just so important when choosing like to take the photo. Like how you want your image to look is like you need to pick the right lens for the right the right atmosphere. And I think it's a lot of people sort of get stuck on using one particular like lens. So like I know a lot of people might use, you know, the 35 mil a lot, but like 16 mil is the best. Do you love a 16 mil lens? 16 to 35? I love it. It's one of my favorite lenses. What do you love?
I used to, and I was, to be honest, I love 50. 50.
Yeah.
I do lots of my shots with 50, but I was never a big fan of 16 to 35.
Oh, really?
I shoot mainly because of the weight.
Yeah.
I just
yeah.
shoot 24.
Yeah.
24
Yeah.
25. Just put on prime lens because it's
Yeah.
just lighter on my shoulder. That's all. Because I was,
Yeah.
to be honest, I'm suffering a bit back pain, especially my lower back pain. So I try to keep my weight minimal. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I do need wider, I will bring another camera body. Just leave that in my bag. Take it out whenever I need it.
Yeah.
That's it.
For sure.
Adding
I'm,
the yep.
I'm just looking at some like images now, like that I can edit. So I thought maybe I could pull one up and do like an actual edit of what I would do. But I thought maybe first I could show you guys like the final edits that I've sent in for printing for this photo shoot, so you can see the difference. Someone said you're getting old. You're getting old, Aries.
Can I just vlog this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love you too, Michael. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought maybe I'll share and show you guys like the final product of all the images that I did, and then maybe we can pull one of the shots, like the raw shots, and show you like how I edit it, how I fix the backdrop, and also change the coloring and stuff on it. So let's go back to sharing.
Sure.
Screen.
Go for it.
Okay.
There we go.
Do you reckon I should put this in? I'm better off putting this in Photo Mechanics, aren't I? Because you don't want to see all my files. Yeah.
All right.
I was like, you don't want to see all my stuff on my desktop, like all the work that I've done. All right, let me get this up. Bear with me. If there's any questions, you can just...
We have all the time in the world, guys. Meanwhile, if you want to ask any question, please leave us comment below. We would love to address them if we missed any questions.
Someone said something about, oh, no, that's Godox that wrote that. I saw a barn door thing and I was like, oh, hi, Christy.
Yeah, Christy.
Sorry it's taking so long. I'm just loading up Photo Mechanics now. Where's everyone from? If you're out there, tell us where you're from. Sorry, my computer's really slow right now.
That's all right. Because we are doing online streaming, as well as if you go into Lightroom or Photoshop, it's actually drain kind of, I don't know how it works, but it's kind of drain your drain your video card, and you start to have all these laggings. Yeah,
I can imagine. I'm just going to pull it into Photoshop actually and just show you through there. The best option.
Hello, Germany.
Germany.
Hello, Victorian.
Romsey, Launceston, Melbourne, England. Hi. Hi, Sharon. All right. Let's go back to share. I'm going to share my Photoshop.
Go for it.
All
This
right,
one?
let me know. Yeah.
All right, cool. Photoshop? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just
Yeah.
going to show you through some of the edits. So I've just sent all these off now to create like a little print box for the models. So these are my final choices. I love this one. It's very
Yeah.
texturized, and I've done that intentionally so that when it comes back on the print, it gives it that nice sort of painted look, which I love.
Yeah.
Love this one too.
I like the way she sits there.
Yeah.
Quirky, but
Yeah.
I had certain style and look.
She looks like she's like, I'm a boss mum. Like I can take on anything I want. Now I like just like comment here. Maybe some people think like this backdrop looks messy at the bottom here. I choose to leave that in like that because I kind of like the feel that we're in a studio and not everything's perfect. Like I tend to try and get rid of the background as much like this part, but like this part I like that they're in. It reminds me of like an olden day photo where they're in the studio and they're getting their shots done, and you can see that. So I choose that to leave. I choose to leave that in there. Some people might take it out. Here's a beautiful one of her looking at her mum. Gorgeous, and I love the light on her face. Some people may think it's too bright, but I like it. It's good.
Yeah, we call in Japanese there is a word called wabi-sabi. So it's the imperfection makes it beautiful. Does it make sense?
Yeah. What's it? Say that word again. Wabi-sabi.
Wabi-sabi.
Wabi-sabi. I'm gonna say that.
So if you go to Japan, they have lots of old stuff. Like if you go to the temples, they have all those containers, or even which is really aged. So they call that wabi-sabi. Yeah.
I was supposed I'm legitimately supposed to be in Japan right now. Actually, I had flights booked to go to Japan, and unfortunately, due to COVID, I'm not able to be there, which is sad. But maybe next time.
We should go together. It's my favorite one of my favorite place. Yeah.
I really want to go when it blossoms so I can get those beautiful photos. But definitely. So this like, I mean, if you look at the difference between editing styles, I am definitely going for something different, and I'm changing the color up here. This is more sort of softer, sort of angelic feel to it, but still gorgeous. Mum looks good with her like little hint of an eye there.
Do you actually choose the wardrobe for them, or?
You sometimes like clients will ask me, what do you think they should wear? I've got a couple of dresses in the studio at the moment. I'm sort of collecting some because, like I said, I'm sort of adapting this new thing, portrait thing. So I'm sort of collecting some dresses that clients can wear. But usually clients will ask me, what should they wear? And I sort of say, stick to color tones that are going to match. Don't do any patterns. Don't do any like colors that are going to clash with each other. So these colors work really well, I reckon. The dress and the rust color looks really good. And I kind of like when clients are not wearing I like a little bit of edginess and a little bit of drama. So like a dress that looks a bit like wow and extravagant is what I would say, especially for these type of shoots. Like you couldn't pull off this same shot wearing like jeans and a t-shirt. You need to be really dressed up, and that's why I say let's get a shot of just mum as well, because she's dressed up. Mums don't always have the time to get dressed up and look good, so it's good to get a shot of mum. Like we didn't have dad in this shot either, like he wasn't there, so
I guess in a sense, your wardrobe choice has to match with the dark and the moody look of the style of your image, right? Otherwise,
and
the jeans wouldn't work in this case.
No, that's right. Let's go to the next one. This one's mum and daughter again. Nice. Yeah. So I've just made this into like a square crop. I think I was late. I was lazy. I was like, I can't be bothered editing the background anymore. I'm gonna I'm going to crop it in and make it a square crop. Does anyone do that? Because I do it.
It's 5 times 4.
Yeah.
It's perfect for Instagram.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I mean. Instagram post. I really love this one. I love the mum's look in this. Like she looks really calm, and her kids look really calm in her arms as well. And then the backdrop as well. Like I've really worked this backdrop as well. So I've put some grain in the back of it as well, intentionally, so that I can have that texture when it comes back printed. Another one of mum. Oh, here's the one of mum by herself. All right, let me tell you, this is actually my sister, guys, this model. This is Nikki's twin Aries.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Does she look like Nikki?
She does.
Yeah,
Yeah, she does.
I love this.
Yeah.
Do you know, it's funny, do you ever do like a photo shoot Aries and then like you go and tell them to do something and then they're doing it and then you're like, oh, that actually makes a really good shot. So I first started with her sitting there like that, and then I asked the mum, can you just brush her hair so it's nice and smooth? And then I saw the mum sitting down like that, brushing the hair, and I was like, oh my God, that is actually a really nice shot. And so I said, just start brushing your shot. And that's sort of where I work my ideas from. You see something and then you're like, stop, do that. And then like there should be another one. Where is it?
I don't particularly have that in the studio shots, but I sometimes in the weddings you try to get a groom to hold the bride, and in certain way, and obviously they don't do couple photos that much in their in their real life, and all of a sudden the bride just look back, try to fix her dress a bit, and that bam, you got a moments between moments, if that makes sense. Yeah,
they're my favorite. They're my favorite. But like you said, it's rare in a portrait shoot to do that because it's very staged. But like I was like, oh, go brush your hair so it's more straight. And that's when I was like, bam, that looks really cool. Like it looks like she's in the story, it looks like she's sort of like angry and she doesn't want to get her hair brushed, but her mum's like, brush your hair because you need to go to bed. But yeah, it's cool. That's her. It's a cute little fun, happy shot.
Yeah.
And there's our. These are those lights. Like I think they're so cool. Don't you reckon they're so cool?
I like the purple.
Yeah.
It's almost his mood. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
The color, it's like, I really don't want to do this. This is embarrassing. What I'm doing here, especially with my sister,
Yeah. What are you making?
And do? Yeah, so funny. And the color is actually implying what he's thinking and how he's feeling. It's like he's kind of feeling blue.
Well, my kids said to me the other day, they're like, I really we love neon lights. Like, and they saw that stick and they're like, that is like the coolest thing ever. Like, so even the kids think it's cool. So you pull it out during a portrait shoot and then it sort of gets them excited as well. But yeah, that's sort of overall all the images that I'm sending off to print, and looking at them like that, they look really, I really like them. I'm pretty proud of this shoot, and I'm happy with how it all turned out. Now, is there any questions or anything before I get back into Photoshop?
No, I think we're good. Maybe let's just spend tiny bit. Let's spend the 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah. And we called up for the day.
Yeah, awesome. So I'm just going to do another edit. Now.
Okay, I'll remove that from the background. Let me drink some water. Should I share?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Have you guys noticed? Did like Photoshop did like this update the other day, and like everything's sort of different, and I'm like, where is everything? So yeah, I'm just going to crop in there, just so I can get rid of all that. If you can see all that stuff in the background, I'd rather just crop in and get rid of it than Photoshop it out. Now, I feel like she's a little bit too bright, so I'm just going to reduce the highlights there. Back it up a bit.
I know I said that before, but the color looks great.
Yeah.
The onion, yeah.
Do you know what? It's funny because like I've been buying heaps of material for backdrops over the last, say, 3 months. I probably spent more in buying heaps of backdrops than I would if I just bought one and stuck to it. I'm just opening that up into Photoshop now, so bear with me because I need to show a different screen. But it's funny because like in my head, and this might sound so simple to people, people might go, oh my God, as if you didn't know this, Ashley. But I was buying dark backdrops, like dark color backdrops. And I was like, why, like, is it so dark? Like, I want it lighter. And the other day I went and bought like a really light blue. And now I've got the the color that I want. And that color that's showing in the Get Up now is actually really, like, naturally it's really light. But yeah, it's funny how these are all my secrets. My secret actions. All right, so first we're going to start with getting rid of some of these,
Okay, let me
which I said before. Are you in? Just checking. Oh yeah. Has Aries disappeared again? Yeah.
No, I just tried to. Yeah.
I'm like, where is he? I feel like I'm
just
talking
playing around with the settings. That's all. Sorry.
That's okay.
That was being naughty.
It goes quiet. That's why. And I'm like, am I still there? Because I can't see when I'm in Photoshop. I actually can't see the like us
Morning,
the
Travis.
live. So now I'm just like changing the opacity there so that I can still clean out that stuff. Do you like, Aries, when you're editing things, do you like that, like dark shadow there, or do you normally edit it? Would you normally edit it out?
Which one? The
like
darker shadow?
When I'm doing, yeah.
I usually just Command Shift 5, Shift F5 to get rid of it. Yeah.
So tell me that again. Command Shift.
No, they changed the hotkey. They changed the shortcut.
What have I done?
They changed
there?
the shortcut. Don't worry, because I'm still trying to adapt to my Photoshop to 2020. Yeah.
What have I done here? How do
I think
go
just
back?
Command A. Just go back to where.
Command Shift A. No.
No, Command A. Just go to history. Just yeah.
No, it's gone to. Why has it gone to black and white like that?
Because I made you a shipwreck and for that I'm sorry.
That's okay. We could go back.
Yeah.
Let's go back to River.
Yeah.
You shipwrecked.
Right.
You shipwrecked. How good is Roger Tan on the on the Facebook when we did that critique? Sorry, not on the Facebook, on the Photoshop. He's so quick with everything.
You know what's funny? Like after the critic we did,
yeah,
he sent in his laptop to be fixed.
Oh, why?
Oh, it's so funny. I know. I should say I'm so sorry about that. I find it's really funny. So for that, I feel sorry.
Is it because he overdone it or something? He overworked it. He
I
did
don't
so
know.
many.
I don't know what he did. You know what happened with his laptop, but maybe too much editing.
Too much editing. It's funny. I need to get my laptop fixed because I'm currently on my iMac, but my laptop
Yeah,
screen
it's a bit
smashed.
lagging.
No, it's smashed, the screen. I don't know how, because I didn't drop it or anything. I just went to open it one day and the screen wasn't working. And then I took it to Apple and they're like, that's going to be $1,200 to fix. I'm like, oh, really? Thanks a lot, Apple.
Yeah, time to get an ESO.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, now I'm just smoothing out all this stuff.
Are you using Chrome? Because I might be far. I couldn't see it. Are you using Chrome stamp tool?
Yeah, and I'm using
Okay.
the spot healing tool. I call it the Band-Aid because it looks like a Band-Aid. Like, I'm using the Band-Aid tool. So yeah, if I can use the Band-Aid or the spot healing tool as much as I can because it's easier. But then otherwise I'll do some cloning. So fix that bit of light there. So, you know, I obviously would spend more time fixing the background there, but you guys get the gist of that. What I would do also is, sorry, I usually like lighting parts where I feel it's not lit up enough. So like on his face with the dodge tool.
So you use dodge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like little bits where I feel like I need to fix that up. If I need to, you know, do some shadows as well, I will. Just to make the light a little bit more even.
Yep.
I hope I'm going slow for everyone. I do go fast with my editing.
No, I think it's all the details add together makes all the
Yeah.
world of the difference. So yeah, you do what you necessarily needs to do.
Darken the background a little bit, just so like they pop out a bit more. Now, I don't know if anyone knows about this, but for my color changes, I use Alien Skin Exposure 6. Do you know about this?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't think it works with the new Photoshop. Did you try?
Oh, really? So
Yeah,
look
it
at that.
stops
Like,
working.
I love that just by looking at it. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can because I'm not in. Oh, you're not. Oh no, I need to share Alien Skin with you now. Hold on one
Yeah.
second.
Okay.
Because this is a really cool plugin. I love it.
I couldn't get my alien skin work. I probably need to.
So you can change like your colors. Like I really like what I've got just there, but like I also love this one. I get rid of the border.
Yeah.
You can do everything in here. You can sharpen. You can use your grain. You can play around with colors. So like reduce the yellows. Add in some contrast. But you can do, there's heaps of different like things that you can use. And there's black and white ones. I like Alien Skin. I've been using it for some time now. I really enjoy some of the colours that they have. So I'm going to go back to what I liked before, which I think is just going to get rid of that red a little bit, a bit of yellow. So that's, I don't know, took all of 10 or 5 or 10 minutes.
Yep.
And it's just, oh, hold on 1 second now. I've got to go back to Photoshop and to show you the final result. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe let's just
And then
show
wrap
the
it up.
final result. Yeah, and let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Voila.
Yeah.
It's really hard. It looks so different looking from this screen to my
Yep.
Photoshop. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's with live streaming with a bandwidth, it lost lots of qualities, and even with videos, when I pass my image to the video, when the output from either Final Cut or Premiere, the color it starts to have a color casting. So yeah, it's unavoidable. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing.
I hope you guys liked what we shared.
Yeah. Oh, that was great, right? Thank you, Ash. You've been showing us photo shoots all the way from preparing from the wardrobe, all the way to the actually shooting, right? The lighting, different position of lighting, and all the time how you communicate with music, and hopefully, and how the little girl's playing with his brother, her brother. That was fun, and how you did. Even it's brief, but it showed people the idea of the workflow in the ACR as well as the Photoshop, right? What you do to clone stamp tool things, the distractions out, dodge and burning, and color tuning with Alien, which is something new to me. Like you said, you learn something new every single day. So yeah, that was great and that was beautiful. And thank you for showing us the whole complete workflow. I personally learned a lot. I'm sure people would help lots of people with their lighting, as well as how you cook your lighting in your post production. Right, it's amazing how with a correct lighting, how simple is your post production as well. Right,
That's right.
guys. So if there is no further question, hi Andrew, good morning from. I assume you're still in England, right? So I would if there's no further question, let's just wrap it up for the day, right?
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for tuning
Thank you, everyone.
in. Thank you, Godox.
Yeah,
awesome.
we will see you guys until next Wednesday. All right.
See you. Bye.
See ya. Bye.